my daughter got diagnosed as a pre-type 1 diabetic.
Oh,
And so we had to cut back and limit a lot of carbs and excess sugars to kind of prevent her from becoming insulin dependent. And her and my son, I have 8-year-old twins, kind of mentioned that they had wanted like a lemonade stand. And I was like seeing all these videos and stuff about people having a lemonade stand. I'm like, we could totally do this and just like make it a big thing, an official thing, and do more of a like natural sugar friendly option. So yeah, that's how we started. And if you've had my lemonade, it is definitely less sweet. You're not going to get like the Simply or the Minute Maid taste from it. It's
mm,
not overpowering. It's just enough to like counter the citrusy sour.
mm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So, just to kind of fill everyone in, like on the show, Bold Moves Podcast, we talk about people and their journeys and like really the bold moves that they take in their life, like
Yeah.
the risks, that leap of faith, just kind of like venturing off into the unknown,
Yeah.
just kind of like seeing how it plays out.
Yeah.
And so it's really just fun to kind of talk about, that journey. But to really just kind of kick things off, I mean, do you want to kind of share a moment that really captures the intensity of that journey? Like the question I have is like, what's a dramatic or pivotal moment in your life? I always have trouble with that word.
Yeah.
Pivotal moment in your life that just kind of like sticks with you to this day, something that really made you kind of just like stop in your tracks.
Yeah. So I would say off the top of my head, I have two. The first one was back in 2021, addressing my mental health, which led to huge momentous things for me. I was in a very toxic, abusive relationship where I kind of was already a single parent for a really long time. And I had been with this person for 10 years of my life. And so when I started addressing my mental health and uncovering, why do I constantly feel this way? Why am I going to sleep wondering if this is what life is supposed to be? And trigger warning, I struggled with suicidal ideation for a really long time and suicide attempts. And I think it was because I wasn't ready to come to terms with the life that I was choosing to live.
Mm.
So I ended up making a huge leap in 2021. I divorced my husband at the time, and I think I was really devastated for about 6 weeks. And then the cleanup started, and like life just got so good. I read this book called The Secret. And it kind of changed my entire mentality on my pessimistic tendencies, pessimism. I don't really know the good word for that, but I was really pessimistic. It changed my mentality on that and kind of gave me the bright side of everything. And once I started acknowledging how awesome of a person I am and my kids are, is when life got really good. And then the second moment was actually just recently, and you got to bear witness to that along with everybody else in our BNI group. But I worked for a really great company, and I experienced a lot of self-development and growth within that company, and unfortunately was let go. And I could see like it coming a little bit, but not so soon and not so like cut and dry. And instead of looking for another company, I cried the whole day that I was let go. And then the next day I just woke up and I had like this clarity of like, you're not meant to work for somebody else. You need to do you. Like you need to invest in you and launch your business. Start posting about it. Start talking about it. Stop being scared of what people are going to think, because I didn't care when I worked for these other companies.
Yeah.
So why do I care so much when it's me? So yeah, that was like, those are my two like huge moments where I'm like, whoa, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's crazy. Yeah. I remember when we were in our group and you said that, I was like, what? It was kind of like how, because like you're, like social media wise too, like I see a lot of like the development stuff that you're doing with that company. And I remember just referring a ton of business, especially like online, and everyone goes on there and it's like, yeah, definitely, reach out to Des. And it's funny though, because, when they were asking like for that company, who do you recommend? I wasn't referring the company, I was referring you. You know what I mean? I was like, talk to Des.
Yeah.
She'll hook you up. And then now when I see that, like I'm still saying like talk to Des for whatever, but
right.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame, because I think if that company would have let you do your thing for more than a few months, like they probably would have seen a much bigger return. But
I mean, I would say I have done business development a few times, and this company was really where and I don't know if it was them or if it was me, and I think it was a good spice of both, but this is where like I saw the traction. And so I was there for 5.5 months. And for anybody that has done business development and had to kind of create their own clientele, it's really difficult. You usually don't see traction in the first 5-6 months, sometimes even a year. And we had a solid amount. Like it was really good. So I do share those similar feelings of like, man, if I was able to stay there for just a little bit longer, like what could we have created? But the universe had other plans. And like, I don't think that I was supposed to be there any longer than I was. And I'm happy that I got to work with them because I realized what I'm capable of. But again, I think any more amount of time and maybe I wouldn't be where I am with my business and myself.
Well, I mean, how long have you been like having or developing like your lemonade business? Like how long was that been in the works?
I started it on the side. I think I applied for my entity name, which is the very first thing that I did aside from like start kind of creating some lemonade concoctions. But I got my entity name in April of 2024 and then got my LLC in September, and then started working towards like my food manager license and everything. I was selling lemonade here and there, but I would say that I like officially established and like hit the ground running 2 days after I was let go. Yeah, my first event was that Friday. I was let go on a Wednesday. First event was Friday, and then I had Saturday and Sunday, and it just really hasn't stopped.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So like when you first started, it was more like just like side hustle thing.
Yeah, it was just kind of like for fun. Like I knew that I wanted to invest in it. I just didn't know or understand what it was going to take and how much I could stand of it. I always pictured just like, this is going to be my weekend job. Like I'll have my Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and then I'll have my weekend job. And yeah, it's so much more than that. It's so much bigger than a weekend job.
Like you started out as a side hustle and now it's like a full-time thing. Like how were you finding your events? Like how did you find where to go to sell?
Yeah, this is crazy. So prior to me leaving or getting let go from the other company, I had 2 events, which by the way, when I got hired with this company, I made them very aware that I had another company of my own, that it was a small business and be like kind of like a weekend and after hours thing. But prior to me leaving, I had connected with Asia, who's in our BNI group, love her, and she hired me for her launch party. So that was the Saturday after.
Oh yeah.
And then I had also worked an event with KW Integrity First, and I had met them through networking for that other company and created a really great relationship. So they had asked me to come be at one of their first markets. And so it just started there. Like I was really grateful that I had something for Friday and something for Saturday to kind of like ease that rough change. But then after that, like the recommendations were flowing in from BNI and from friends of mine that I had made, real estate agents were having me at their open house. Like however they could support me, people were coming in like large groups. And I had been recommended to reach out by a friend of mine to Queen Creek festivals. And so I reached out to them and they were like, yes, come, we would love to have you. So I've booked with them every, I think, Friday and Saturday in May.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been crazy. And I've been working like the open houses and just however I can support people, birthday parties, graduation parties. I'm booked a lot. And it is not Saturday, Sunday anymore. It's really wild.
It's so crazy because like, you know, everyone remembers like growing up and opening up like a lemonade stand,
Right.
you know, and like in your front lawn.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because like this is a legitimate business.
Yeah.
And it's just like amazing.
It's like
you
the
know?
oldest hustle in the game. Like we all did it, but I think I do it a little bit better now than I did when I was a kid.
It's not only that, but it's cool because like you have the social media aspect to it of sharing it and
Right.
and especially since you're talented in social media itself, you know how to make things like, you know, grow.
Yeah.
And it's just building the business. Like that's
Right.
like really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was like one of the biggest things for me, like that I had recognized when I was leaving the other company was that I had grown my following. So I had that account from that you're aware of. It was called Your Chill Bestie Does. That account I had from a previous company. It was mine. And I think I had like 235 followers. And when I was deactivating it, I was up to like 915 in less than 5 months. So I'm like, okay, if I can just take what I did and duplicate it. And like so far I have, because I have been fully in this this for what is today, the 21st. So the 23rd of April is when I left the other company. So I have been at it for less than a month, and I went from 200 and I think 10 followers on my business page to now I think I have 730. And that's just purely built on the relationships that I had and then continuously posting all the time.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I remember this is like I don't know how many years ago, maybe like 5 or more. My dad, he started the like a lemonade thing.
Yeah.
And it was very similar. He had like this, I remember this pneumatic like compression thing that squished the lemons, you know, and then like almost like a paint shaker thing. You would just like shake the
oh my gosh, I should definitely invest in a paint shaker. My arms are always so sore.
Yeah, that would be, I mean, I don't know if it was actually a paint shaker, but it was something similar. But yeah, it like makes sense. Like, yeah, just really shake it up. Because I can't imagine like you're shipping a lot of lemonade.
Yeah, it's a lot. I used to bartend, so I have like a little bit of practice as far as like the shaking. But yeah, just like the day after an event, I'm like, oh my gosh, my arms, like it's pretty intense.